Well, I'm headed out to fish for something right now. I don't quite know what. I'm fishing some flats that have scattered submerged grass. There's some sand patches out here. I'm gonna try to catch some redfish and speckled trout. If there's sheep's head out here and I see them, I don't think the conditions are gonna be good enough, but I may go catch some crabs here and try to catch a sheep's head if there's a few around. I got here pretty early and I want to try to catch a great big trout. There's some places that I've seen them before here during the day, but they don't really feed during the day for the most part. But I got a topwater rigged up and I'm definitely going to throw that around in what I feel like are some high percentage areas to start with and hopefully connect on something. The water clarity looks good. It doesn't look like there's too much floating grass, so I should be able to fish pretty easily today. That's one of the main concerns when you fish grass beds, is that sometimes that floating grass can get so thick that you can't really fish. But it doesn't look like I'm going to be dealing with that today. So without further ado, here we go. What is that? What is that? I think it's a redfish. What is this? What is this? It hasn't fought like a redfish yet. It's feeling redfishy. Getting redfishy on me. Yeah, that's gonna be a redfish. That'll work though. Still haven't gotten a great look at it, but there's no way it's anything but a red. Is that a, oh, it's a freaking bluefish. Is that what that is? Sure as heck is. Oh, I thought that was my fish. Thought that was my fish. Dang it. Big bluefish. Oh, dang it, man. That sucks. I mean, it doesn't suck because it was an awesome topwater blow up and a pretty good fight, but not the target species. Not the target species for sure. I don't even know if I got it on camera because I have my cameras all jacked up, but he is, yeah, 21 inches long. That's a pretty sizable bluefish. Gonna keep it moving after that. Gonna do a quick spot for a sponsor of mine. It's Newport Vessels. This right here is the little remote. So I got it at 58%, 60% throttle. I normally don't run it very hard because you just don't need to. And I'm probably doing 4 miles an hour right now. There's the motor back there. It was really easy to set up on a Hobie Pro angler. It attaches to the power pole mount, which is easily available for purchase. If I was able to do it, anybody can. I did it in like 30 minutes at the boat ramp in a parking lot before I fished a tournament one time. But when I'm fishing these flats out here and I want to cover some ground, especially if it's sunny out and I want to look around, this thing is absolutely killer. It has really opened some doors for me as far as kayak fishing goes. It lets me, if I want to fish further away from a ramp to get away from some fishing pressure, it makes that a lot easier. It's a lot easier just to go a couple miles first thing in the morning and then start fishing there, and then, you know, you don't deal with a lot of the traffic that you would deal with otherwise. Anyway, that's all I got. Don't normally do some sponsor spots, but that Newport Vessels motor is pretty ridiculous. This is an NK 180 is the model that I have. pinfish on a really big walking bait. Nice. See some decent grass out here a little deeper, so I'm gonna get the beloved popping cork and go throw it around a little bit. Pinfish. That's not a pinfish. That's a redfish. Well, you know, it's not the redfish we want, but it's the redfish we got. They are pretty when they're little. Nice little blue tail. Cool looking fish. So I just caught that redfish and now I'm gonna work my way out. There's a grass line. I'm on a sand flat right now and there's a grass line out here. The water is normally cleaner here than it is right now, so I'm having a hard time trying to look for anything to sight fish. So that's probably out the window for today. It's possible I'll get into something, but I probably need to just throw this popping cork around, target some fishy zones and see what I can come up with, because since the visibility is not that good, you're gonna have a harder time getting just a normal jig with no cork in front of a fish and having it be able to find it, because these flats are just so vast. Need something that'll call them in a little bit. That popping cork does a really good job at that, even though it's kind of a pain to fish and not that exciting. Got my little swim bait threaded on here, but what I'm gonna do is go in there, a little bit of super glue, just right in behind that jig head, kind of twist it around to get it settled, and then I'm just gonna leave this and not fish with this rod for a few minutes and let that glue dry, because the pinfish are horrendous right now. So if you don't have a super glued bait, I mean, and you're not using an Elastec plastic, you can just forget about even fishing, really. You probably can't see it on camera, but I can see holes in the grass out here. There's hard spots, sandy spots where there's no grass. So I just throw that popping cork out in the middle of that sand patch, pop it a few times, and try to let anything that's in that area have time to come investigate. Feels like our trout. Oh, that is a lizard. Not good. Not the guy we wanted to see. There's the trout. Why is he doing all that? That's a good one. Well, we got one. We got a trout. It's a pretty good trout. Right where he was supposed to be, right here on the edge of this sand flat in some grass. It's a pretty nice one. I tell you what though, this net I'm using right now sure does do a number on them. I'm keeping this fish, so it's okay, but I need to get a good net for catch and release fishing, but I'm just reluctant to spend a lot of money on a net if it's not the exact net that I want. I want a short-handled rubber mesh that's good for treble hooks with the right hoop size, which is honestly pretty hard to find. I've done some looking and haven't had much success. Once I'm back in Beaufort, I'll be keeping a lot less trout. He's 18 1/4, which is a good keeping size trout. But anyway, once I'm back in Beaufort, I'll be keeping hardly any trout for most of that fall winter trout window. But I'm staying with a bunch of people. I'm up here in the Nags Head area, and I'm staying with a bunch of people who want some fish, so taking this one. Gonna bleed this guy out. Not sure how we're gonna attach him to the boat. Got a little makeshift stringer here. I'm gonna just leave him in the water for a little bit. Don't get me, Snaggletooth. He almost got me. He tried. I would try too. Just gonna leave him hanging on that for a little bit. Not really any sharks in this area, so I'm not worried about it. Things are looking good. Things are looking good. I can see. I have a little bit of sun, so I can see where I need to be fishing. Can see those holes in the grass. What do we have? Redfish? What is this? Yeah, it's gonna be a nice red. All right, go on with your bad self. Oh, it's a big one. Mark that so I know where I was at. Oh yeah, that looks like the right one to me. I thought he was gonna be over. Maybe, yeah. Don't go in my motor. Yep, that's a nice one. We will be taking that. He's not even that big. I was just excited. It's been a while since I've caught one out here on the flats. It's been a hard summer. Oh, I guess I might have missed me landing it because I was trying to film everything else, but we got him. It's a nice one. Again, normally I can sight fish these out here, but it's just the conditions are not great for sight fishing. The water's just, we got sun, but the water is just a little too dirty. And so I have resorted to the popping cork. Same bait though, same little 4-inch jerk shad. Got it 2.5, 3 feet below the popping cork. And that's doing the business. He is 23 inches. That is an ideal sized redfish to keep. Spin. Spin the kayak around so you can get a better look at him in the sun. There we go. 23 incher. Not a giant one for a slot red, but certainly not a bad one. We are gonna bleed him. And that is my redfish for the day. Good to go. So right here I'm rigging up something that I haven't really been successful with on the flats yet, but I know it's going to work at some point. It's something I use for bass when I'm fishing in similar situations. It's just about a 5-inch swim bait with a light belly weighted extra wide gap hook. I've caught fish on them. I haven't really crushed them at any point, but I know that at some point I'm going to find a bite that's wide open fishing this way. Fishing some sand right now. I bet Mr. Flatty is here. I'm sure he's not far. If I had to guess, I would say there's one within 10 yards of me right now, for sure. Water clarity's good. Everything's good. The redfish right here. Dang it, I missed him. Is he still there? Dang it. Had him. It wasn't a big one, but it was a red. There's our flounder. I told you he was here. I told you he was here. The rare and endangered North Carolina flounder. He's an angry one too. Angry one. Yeah, look at that. Ate that swim bait. Real pretty one here. There it goes. Popped right out once I got the right angle on it. See how long this bad boy is. I'm guessing about 18. Yep, just about 18 inches. Painful release. Painful release. Toss him back. What a cool fish. Flounder are such a cool creature. And there he goes, right back into his home. Another one of you. It's a feisty one. Not gonna net him because I don't want to mess up his fins, but that's another decent flounder. Man, he's angry too. Look at that. That's just rage right there. That is rage. It's a good one. Let's see how long he is real quick. Shouldn't have done that. That's a 17 incher. So I just found a bunch of redfish, I'm pretty sure. But the problem is this water clarity is horrible. And on top of that, there's grass everywhere, so you can't just fish around. I just saw like 6 in maybe 100 yards, and that's what I can see. I mean, they gotta be thick right here. So I'm just gonna start throwing this popping cork, and I would imagine I'm gonna get them. But yeah, I'm gonna be getting tons of grass on my bait. I may even put that dang weedless hook on here. There he is. About time. Wonder if there's any with him. Nope, none with him. But that's a nice one. So much grass. Oh, there's one with him. There's one with him now. He picked up a friend. Got another one. Oh, he let go. He let go. Did he get it? Oh, I had him. I had the other one, but I didn't set the hook soon enough. Because I couldn't. I was just banking on him holding on to it. It's a pretty one. Not quite, not quite, not quite. There we go. Got his butt. Popping cork. You hate it, but you can't. There's another one right there. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? There are redfish everywhere. There we go, just that little 4-inch jerk shad, like I catch every other fish on. Under that popping cork, same deal as earlier. That's a nice fish there too. Let's see how long he is. 24. There we go, 24-incher. A nice one. Okay, I'm gonna try just to stand up and drift and see if I spot one like this, because there's so many fish right now that even though it's horrible sight fishing conditions, I'm pretty sure I can do it, because there's just that many fish right now. I might have to go back through that area where they actually are, but my game plan is pretty much to drift until I see one and then just drop it right on his nose, because I've seen a bunch. There's one right there, one right there, one right there, one right there. Don't spook, don't spook. Oh, he spooked. He spooked. He spooked. I can't see him now. Got him though. Got his butt. Got his butt. Oh, they're here. Gosh, why is it like this? Just saw another one while I was standing up. Sight fished one in the crap. In the absolute crap. These are horrible conditions for this. Horrible. I guess there's just that many. I was dealing with a pinfish when I got his butt. Come here, buddy. Got him. Oh, that's a cool spot there. Wow, both of his spots look like that. This fish here has a, look at that. How cool. All right, gonna turn him loose. That's a unique one, really cool fish. Okay, got up into a little patch of sand that is good at times. The visibility over here is good today, so I'm gonna check it out. Definitely good visibility, but thus far, the redfish have not wanted to hang out close to the shore. I've only seen 2 when I've been in close, and in close has good visibility. And I've spent not nearly as much time way out 500 plus yards from the shoreline, and I saw probably 15 out there, but the visibility was just horrendous. It really didn't even make sense to try. I mean, I caught a few and that was fun, but it wasn't enjoyable to just sit there and try to catch them in that. So now we've moved into here. We're just gonna poke around and see if we can find a couple. Because if there's a couple in here, I'll be able to see them. Very good visibility in here right now.